Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes, feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness, floating away. Cold, cruel, and tauntless, trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes, feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness, floating away. Cold, cruel, and heartless, trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes. Feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. Surrounded by darkness.
Hello everyone, welcome to Virtual HorrorCon's first big spotlight game, the Contagion Chronicle finale. It is my great pleasure to present this final chapter in the Contagion Chronicle. This is just to kick off the beginning of an amazing convention, and we hope you stick through it for 3 days of terrifying and horrific tabletop experiences, but in a good way. Now, before I begin, I want to introduce my amazing plethora of guests, but I feel like they could probably do a better introduction of themselves than I could ever do. So please, my guest, introduce yourself. Don't go all once now.
I guess I'll start. Ooh, sorry. Hi, everybody. My name is Joe, better known as DJ Torador, Nolafanger on Twitter. I am playing Percival from Werewolf.
I'm Leslie Everett, also Leslie Wombat on Twitter, and I will be playing Kristen McClare, the Mortal.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and better known as Super Rat Lord, and I will be reprising the role of Lizzie from Geist.
I am Ben, also known as Big Dad. I am Gorlob, the Mummy.
And I am Zachary Vaudo, and I am reprising the demon, Robert Coleman.
Yes, the finale of our Contagion Chronicle, it seems somewhat fitting to bring us all here together like this. But before we do this, I have a feeling, I have a strange thought that this appearance around us, this overlay, it could go with a little bit of freshening up. Could it not? Let's see what else we have. Oh, that is much better. A special overlay for a special finale. Are we all ready to begin the finale of the Contagion Chronicle? I feel like the best place to start any ending is, well, at the penultimate. Zachary, or should I say Mr. Coleman? Can you explain to me how you got here?
Well, it's a bit of a tricky story. A couple friends of mine were invited to a temple, trying to free some souls from the god machine. Stuck there without a way out. So we went on in at the behest of those in charge. Have to admit, some curiosity to getting back inside motivated us. Little bit of angelic battle here and there, and we found ourselves face to face with the god ahead of the god machine.
And yes, that did not end so well for a few of your friends.
It's tough to say. It's not the most positive ending, but Lindsay was well, she thought she knew better than the god machine, and since the god machine was sort of tapping out, what with the contagion and all, she offered to take its place. And so she did. Her head is now sitting in the box that was the god machine, but now she's stuck with the contagion. But Tom and her hung back, let me run free so I can take the knowledge that I gained and get everybody back in one place, see if we can't fix all this proper.
Yes. Fixing. Repairing. Suggesting that maybe we can go back to the way it was. But sometimes that's not always a possibility, is it?
No, and it has been a trying 150 days since I got out. Can't find shit. Seems I'm the only one of my kind left on this planet. That's what the god machine told us before we did the old switcheroo. So, I've been occupying my time reaching out through various channels and seeing what other supernatural sort we can rope into this.
You're waiting for them, the others. But where are we?
Good as place as any. Like you said, the penultimate. Nice little church in the middle of a wilderness. Thought it'd be a fitting place for us to all come together. Call me a sucker for symbolism.
Yes. And it's been an intense 150 days, has it not? Waiting here. They told you to find the others. That there was a way to to stop the contagion. You would have to possibly destroy its very being, which could mess up any number of things.
It's a little easier said than done, but given that I myself am now apparently immune to this thing, I'm hoping that the others who come are as well, and perhaps that's the right solution to this problem.
Now, to set the stage, the church that you stand in front of, it's old, it's wooded, dilapidated. You can see bits of light shining through its broken hull. The roof almost caved in. Why is it out here? What did it stand for when it originally was built? There are questions you pondered, but you can't find the answer. However, the one thing that remains on your mind is that there's still some sort of faith here. Stone circles surrounding it. Stone circle you haven't been able to cross, Mr. Coleman.
No, I have not, and that has been very troublesome.
And as you have waited here for your 150 days, the world around you has still churned on for others. Supernaturals found themselves dying out in droves. Tsunamis churn and wipe out coastal cities. Earthquakes ever so frequent. And the mortals who live in those worlds are stuck in cycles of indulgence, in mindless pitter-patter, in constant apathy the world around them. They don't even know that their time is up. Is there anything more cruel? Or maybe it's just mercy. Even other creatures such as yourself has begun to fade. As you said, you were the last. The connection to the other fallen, as you call yourselves, ceased a long time ago.
Last bit of connection went out when Tom and Lindsay took their seat.
You've heard of the creatures that have stalked the night. Bloodsuckers, vampires. It didn't take long for what was happening to march to their doorstep. Dying out. They call it Wormwood. The mages call it Judgment Day. The werewolves call it Ragnarok. And the Geist, sometimes known as Oblivion, or the Convergence. But all of you today, all 5 of you, know it by its true name. The Contagion. And when Mr. Coleman called, well, 3 of you answered. Who was the first to arrive to this church in the wild?
You know, I think I'm the first to arrive, having talked it over with my Geist.
How do you feel about it, Lizzie?
I don't know, it's like a feeling, something we can do to get closure for Ash.
Yes. Information. That's what you traded her life for.
Didn't need to be that way.
And you're not even sure where that information went. The door to the God Machine? Did anyone ever even use it?
Stupid.
But that sorrow has made you stronger, has it not?
I guess. I mean, every day I put on the makeup, and every day I cry it off, and every day I live through it. Every day I feel stronger for having done so.
Who was the second to arrive? The mummy?
Yes. The judges have guided me to this location to enact their will.
How do you feel nowadays?
I used to have 2 companions, and now they're gone. The last remnants of a rem have been reduced to me, maybe.
And thus the sands of time keep flowing. You are the last. You reckoned it might be while you've been around for so long, alive, and yet you do not feel your essence deplete. You are immortal, as it were, true to your ascension, but you do not feel complete. Not yet. The last to arrive, but certainly not the least. Tell me, Percival, Guru, Werewolf, Lycanthrope, what has brought you here?
To be honest with you, sport, not really quite sure. I stuck my hand in that tank. Just felt the rage in me. Not sure why I felt it, but that forest with that unnatural shit tainted. That fucking worm is just, ugh, it bothers me. My mind still isn't right from it.
And the contagion, that thing that infected you, it speaks to you,
Yeah.
not in words, but in your mind. It tugs you along, and it's brought you here to this place.
Yeah. Big fucking creepy dump. Sure.
So now it is, you find the four of you standing around, eating your call. Mr. Coleman, these are the ones you were sent to find, it seems.
Well, thank y'all for coming.
It's not like I had much of a choice.
No, I suspect you didn't. Been waiting here a while, though. Y'all took your time.
Some of us have to walk. Takes a bit.
Some of us are busy trying to find out what's going on with the world. And how long is waiting?
What day is it today? Is it Friday?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Friday.
About 150 days.
What year is it?
Oh, I stopped counting that a long time ago.
What is a long time?
Probably back before this one had skin.
The fuck?
First of all, to you, they smell strange. All of them.
Yeah,
They don't
they do.
smell right. You have an urge. You know that any other time you would probably want to make this right, to confront them, but
Mm-hmm.
now's not the time for that, is it?
No. Oh. I'm just here. Shake it off. Shake it off. Okay.
We're on the same page. What is everyone?
Well, you asked the question, what are you? He said, since before you had skin, the hell's that about?
Technically, I'm a person, but I have died once.
How
For
can
the
you-
record, I was talking about him. And I'll point over to Gorlab.
Oh. Wait, how are you technically a person? What does that mean?
That could refer to any one of us, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you dude, since you said that, what does that mean for you? What does it mean you had skin?
Well, 4 days ago, I woke up after sleeping for 8,000 years. And I grew my hair and my skin back.
What, so you're like a bloodsucker?
No. I am one of the Duat. I follow the will of the judges. I am arisen.
To compare you to a simple bloodsucker, that's an offense. And one that sometimes that many people do not get to make against you. But desperate times.
Well, since everyone is sharing, I am what do they call me? A guru, werewolf. I don't look like it right now. I haven't changed, but pretty furry. Little kink bear wolf thing. Don't mind him.
Do what you gotta do. Live your life.
And what are you, dude?
Oh, that's a complicated question.
Well, we got complicated time, and everyone here is telling all their secrets. So, come on, sport. What is it? It can't be anything unusual since we're all fucking weird here.
No, see, my identity comes with a whole crisis of existence packed in with it. So we don't got time to unpack all of that. I don't need the rest of you going through existential crises when we're trying to undo what has been done here.
Kind of my spiel is going through existential crises, but hey.
That is my entire existence.
Okay.
Y'all religious sort?
Define.
I've met the gods.
I've been dead.
All I care about is the worm.
I'm a little more mainstream, I suppose.
I don't like that.
Now, I've been trying to get into this here building. I'll point at the church behind me. For about 75 of the 150 days, but sort of traded on and off, got tired. Can't for the life of me take a step past them there rocks. Any of you won't give it a shot?
I will.
Oh boy.
You stroll up to the stones.
I stroll past the stones if I can.
Tell me, Kristen, the four have gathered. Did you let him pass?
I do.
And the Arisen walks easily through the stones.
Well, that's one. Who next?
I'll give it a go.
And one after the other, as you pass through the threshold of the stone, you feel, the moment you cross it, you feel your heart get lighter. Like a purification in your soul. Almost.
Gesture to Lizzie.
That's different.
You won't give it a go, dead one?
Fine. And I'm gonna stroll through, and as that feeling settles in, I definitely want to check in with Alejandro.
I've heard of this place before.
What do you mean?
A church in the wild. From the oldest stories. For the
Gonna
oldest.
have to be more specific, honey.
Back when I composed poetry, the stories of the church in the wild, or the temple in the wild as it became, it said the oldest of magics and gods would build their havens out in the farthest reaches of nowhere. I don't know about you, Lizzie, but this seems to be the farthest reaches of nowhere.
Yeah, this is definitely a pile of planks out in the middle of nowhere, so big question. Is this what we came here to do?
I think it's the only thing we can at this point. I mean,
Alright.
I don't like it as much as the next person, or the next Geist, I should say.
Alright, buddy, good talk.
You know I'm always here.
Thank you.
And then Rob will just go, well, I guess it's just me then. We'll attempt to walk through the stones.
This time is different from the times you've attempted to walk through before. Before, it wasn't even that something stopped you. It was more that you were compelled not to take another step. You just couldn't. You couldn't fathom it in your mind. But now you moved through it effortlessly. And as Zach, as you're the last one to cross over, you feel a spark of inspiration. The four of you do. or should I say 5, as if connections attached to one another, like little tss. And suddenly you feel like you could hear the heartbeat of others, that you could feel even the sensations of others. And if you really wanted to, you could talk to the others without even opening your mouth.
Well, that's odd. Just going to continue up towards the stairs of the church.
As you walk into the church, all of you, together I assume, unless there's anyone stay behind, you open up into a very sad and dusty church. Like I said before, dilapidated, old, wooden. Only candlelight greets you in this once most likely grand and filled structure. But even amongst the dust and thrown across furniture and books that no longer have pages that make sense, you see a single individual kneeling at one of the pews. Who do they see, Leslie?
They see Kristen LeClaire, quietly kneeling. She's about 27. Long black hair, looks like a very plain individual.
Okay, there's got to be something up with this one because she can't look that normal with a group as weird as us walking it. This is
Storyteller. Can Percival smell the air around her?
Oh yes, but unlike the stench that these other kind of supernatural creatures, these otherworldly beings seem to exhume off one another, she smells like a human. She smells like one of your charges. A normal person.
Alright, that's fucking weird. Who smells the worst to Percival right now?
Oh, yeah, definitely either Robert or Gorlob.
Smell like ozone.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna walk towards the one that's kneeling on the ground. Just gonna stand behind her, just look down at her.
I think at the sound of footsteps nearby, she, obviously opens her eyes and looks up and, is a little startled. And then says, You're all here. That's great.
I've been waiting outside for about 150 days. I almost ran out of these, actually. You could have opened the door or something at any point.
Oh, those aren't the rules. I had to wait for all 4 of you to get here before I could open the doors.
Now, I wasn't told about no rules. I was told that I need to collect folk.
That's step 1.
Things. Yep, and I did. Now we're into uncharted territory, I have to say.
That makes sense.
Percival's going to walk up to Kirsten's, her right side and kind of, squat down. Are you right here, Cupcake?
Yeah, I've been waiting for you.
He extends his hand. You need help up?
Oh, sure. Thank you so much. And yeah, she'll put her hand in yours.
And he'll gently guide up.
Thank you so much.
Aren't you a gentleman, Sir Percival?
Oh, you didn't try anything. She's just sitting here.
She look comfy.
I suppose. My dear girl.
Yes?
How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I told you. I've been waiting for you.
That's the weird part. So tell me, sport. What are you waiting for? What?
I guess I should start with my name. So I'm Kristen. My name's Kristen Leclerc.
Okay, French.
I'll wave the other two over. Come on now.
Okay.
Yeah, my family's French.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start at the beginning. I've been told since I was a little girl
Hmm.
that I have the eyes to open the way to the contagion. When you're little, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But
Heck not.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me pull up a pew for a second.
Sure.
And I'm gonna sit down and just adjust, kick up, continue.
Yeah, no problem. So when I was a little girl, that's what I was always told. And then I've been having visions on how to stop this contagion. And I was told when things get bad to hide in this church and my God would do the rest. And I was to wait for 4 of you. And I'm supposed to help lead you to the contagion. To point the way and help you stop it.
That's quite the tall order for you, little girl.
Oh, like I'm older now, but you know.
I'm just saying.
Bit of
That's
something to dump on a child, but hey.
It is.
Sandstorm starts with the smallest brain. Do not think less of her because she was a small girl.
I don't, Tutankhamun, but sure.
I didn't think to maybe share the information at some point over the past 20 odd years that you were preparing for the end of the world that we're now in.
I think that's against the rules.
Yeah, and I think that sort of thing gets you locked in a nice rubber room with a hug yourself jacket.
Might
What
be
are these
safer than out here.
rules?
It's more, I'd guess, yeah, I'll leave them as rules. That's kind of how they were explained to me. It's more just how I was brought up. I mean, it's kind of just how things were explained to me. And, you know, there were like rules to follow. Like I had to wait for 4 of you. I was supposed to wait here. I had to hide here when things get bad. You know, it's kind of just how it happened. And I wasn't really in a position to question anyone.
I suppose not, being the age that you were.
Yep.
Understood. Understood.
Well, you've got 4 of us now.
Uh-huh.
What's
So-
step 3?
Yeah. So now what?
Something that the 5 of you might notice is there doesn't seem to be any food, running water, any sort of like remnant of shelter in this place. And as far as you could tell, there wasn't any springs nearby or any. You traveled long and far to get here. How could someone survive out here, especially by themselves?
Did you not eat?
I mean, I'm provided for.
Provide.
Everything's okay.
Man, where'd you go to the toilet at? Like, doesn't look like it's very safe or sanitary to just be sitting up in a dusty old. Sorry, that might
Hey, the
be
pulpit's
offensive.
good for some things.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That works. That works right there. Okay. Anything
would've
from
liked
you? Any thoughts, Smenkare? None.
I'm thinking that we need to do whatever this next step is.
I'm waiting.
I mean, I have a key.
A key.
A key.
So, I was sent to the other side, and I was sent there to see why ghosts and spirits are retreating from the world, and there's a big old hurricane in the afterlife. Not good. And while there, I was given the information to open a door to the God Machine.
Well, that's certainly useful.
Perfect.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't had to sacrifice a friend to get that information.
You did what?
Well, technically she sacrificed herself because, okay, we went under kind of like flatliners style, so our bodies stayed in the physical. I came out, my friend being in the other side, saying, I'll catch up with you, and flying around like an avenging angel badass. And then I get back to the real, and I hear her heart monitor going flatline, and I cannot resuscitate her. So, she did not, in fact, catch up with us.
Not so much you sacrificing.
Robert, something rings a bell in your mind. The way she describes how she went to the underworld, essentially, it sounds like something that you have pretty intimate knowledge of.
Mm-hmm.
The key to the God machine, going under, projecting your mind. You always wondered how those monks got that knowledge.
You know, it's funny because I also found myself in the God machine not too terribly long ago, 150 days ago, 151 days ago. And they did something kind of similar to what you did. And I did too. It's not quite as cinematic as yours, but now got me wondering, how did you get the way in? Because I couldn't figure out how they got the way in, but they did.
Got the way into the underworld, or?
Yeah, suppose so. I mean, it's the same sort of path, just gotta take a left instead of a right.
Well, you know how I said I've died before? That came with making a deal and becoming, in more or less words, haunted. So I have a spiritual hitchhiker who has made a deal with me, and we are both aiming to complete something. And thus, I am returned to the living.
Oh, I'm not just a something. I'm the great Alexandros.
Yes, you
Lizzie.
are the great Alexandros. I adore you. J'adore. Mm-hmm.
I don't speak French, but
That
I'm
sounds.
not talking to you. It's my hitchhiker.
I figured as much.
Did you make a deal with a demon or something? Like
Whoa,
No.
whoa.
No, please.
Alexandro, he didn't mean it. He doesn't know.
That's
So
not how it works
you're-
anyhow.
not a demon.
This one did not make a deal with a demon. No.
And what makes you the expert on demons?
My first and second question.
No. No.
What's going on?
That's
Go-
a demon.
Go on, tell us how you're going to get us into this thing now that we have a fifth member of our crew.
Whoa, wait. Percival just kind of like start rubbing his temples. Okay. All right. It's fine.
End of the world calls for desperate measures. Let's go.
So we got two demons. Okay.
Only one.
What?
I do not have a demon. I have a ghost.
Am a muse.
Yes, he is a muse. You can't hear him, but he is a muse.
I imagine he's greatly amused by this, but it doesn't change the fact that we are distracting ourselves from the task at hand.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. Demons. What next? Okay.
So, this one here, Kristen, been waiting for us to take us to fight the Contagion. And you here, Miss Lizzie, have the key back to where I just came from. What about you two? What exactly are you bringing to this escapade?
I was there at the start. I
So you're
can't
a
tell.
completionist.
I can't tell you how long ago it was, but I know that it was in Europe, in a mine. A large egg. It spread. We hit it with an asteroid, as you would call it. It kept spreading.
But overkill.
It came to the Duat. We stopped it there. And we threw it into heaven.
So that's your fault then.
It was Eshe. But yes, I helped.
Well, you kind of made my bit of the job more difficult, but I suppose I can't blame you for that. We didn't really know each other back then.
Oh, you survived it.
I'm here, ain't I? No, I meant the whole reason that I'm here is because the god machine got infected. And thus, we are where we are now. So, I would tell you to tell your friend good job, but I imagine that he's in several containers in the form of dust at this point. So,
Just
hold
know
out.
where she is. But where is Vanessa?
You're going to have to narrow it down. There's about...
The vampire from the Crucible Society. She was supposed to keep track of things for us.
Fucking bloodsucker.
I don't know no Vanessa. So, shit out of luck there too, I suppose.
You would know, Percival. The vampires are gone.
Yeah. Shit. That's fine.
You bring something?
I was just brought here, man. After seeing the shit I saw in that forest, I don't know. I'm supposed to be here. I don't know why, but I'm here.
All right, so you're Kristen's god dog then.
Oh, that seems like a rude way to put things.
Trying to
Albeit
figure out all of
accurate.
our parts here.
Percival,
Yes.
do you remember, as your kind of memories go back, why was that thing in the forest? Who put it there?
I was brought there. It was a fucking abomination, man. They were just making metal hands and shit and using animal parts, and it was just fucking terrible. Oh, sport, I don't want to think about it anymore.
A man-made abomination.
Yes.
The five of you all get this in your head. You all see what Percival saw. And Lizzie, what did the Atlantean tell you long ago? 150 days ago, that is.
Oh, gee. It's kind of hard to remember, but we cracked open his stone. He stepped out. And he said some things that I, the player, cannot recall.
But you do remember, he said why the contagion was happening. Why it had been hastened.
That's right. It had been hastened because of stagnation. It's a protocol. It's literally just something that's been set off because of stagnation. The machine can't work if nothing's moving. So this was sent to null everything.
And even more importantly, because someone, whether it be a human, whether it be a sin eater, a fallen, an arisen, or even a guru, someone took something from the God Machine, didn't they?
Don't remember.
They ripped a part of it off. It's why the contagion started spreading out of control.
That's right. Yes, somebody took something from the God Machine. Somebody took a piece of the God Machine. And you're going to hear Lizzie piecing this together out loud. Just somebody took a piece of the God Machine and it made the contagion spread even further. And
Are
Alejandro,
you all
help
right?
me out, buddy.
Are you all right over there?
You're hearing this all in your head, everyone. You're hearing the thoughts
Oh.
and the pieces connecting together.
That's funny because the God Machine didn't mention any part missing when we talked to him.
It wasn't what I did, was it? No, couldn't be.
Want to speak up there? Was it something you did? What did you do?
Okay, I guess I can talk about it. Well, when I went to the fucking forest with my gang, and there was I don't know, it looked like a lung, a pair of lungs or something, in a container, and I stuck my hand through it, and I pulled a piece out, and it fucking turned to ash, like when you kill the dead fucks.
Alejandro, is this a piece we were? Did you recall? Because my brain is not functioning.
If that was the piece, what he's saying about the abominations. So they ripped a piece of the God Machine and made the abomination. And the key we gave to the cryptocracy was used to make the doorway to the God Machine. And the contagion.
Is all our fault.
But the contagion wouldn't even have been around if someone didn't throw it into heaven.
God, I hate this. I hate time. I hate that time is not an actual solid thing.
Hey, Storyteller, quick question.
Yes.
Since we're all mentally connected, can we hear this conversation?
I actually think you should. Yeah, I think you would.
Okay. So I'm just sitting there listening to this back and forth.
Percival is going, I guess, because Percival's hearing it too. He's like, all right, sport, talking to a fucking demon again. Talking to another demon.
Not a demon.
Not a demon.
But he's right.
And he's like, oh fuck, you can hear my thoughts. Shit.
But he's right, though. As your spiritual passenger put it, seems that the reason that all three of you were here is because it's all your fault.
Whose
Some way
fault?
or another.
Not mine.
Mr. Coleman. It's easy to shift blame on people, but were it not for the angels, fallen, defying the God Machine at every step, hastening the stagnation, would there even be a need of contagion if there was no rebellion?
Now, I did my part of the job just fine. It was the God Machine that screwed up. Weren't on me.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is. Need to fix right now.
Yes, we do.
Kristen, you know the place you must take them now is right below your feet, in the basement of this place.
Me. We're gonna go downstairs.
Oh god, there's a downstairs? I'd hate to think of how structurally that has fared over the years.
This place is sturdier than you'd think.
I'm gonna guess magic. Okay.
And I will lead them downstairs to the basement.
Why not? Ain't got much else to do.
As you enter into the basement of this church, you might expect to see a wine cellar of stone, maybe extra pews, a supply closet. What you don't expect is sterilized white and the humming of overhead lights as you enter in what looks to be almost like a laboratory. Machines and panels made out of metals that don't seem to be real line the walls. And the only thing on display in the middle of the room, this huge room, by the way, almost like the size of a hangar, is this large onyx obelisk.
What in the Stranger Things is this?
It's a big old monolith, is what it is.
We just came out of crumbling planks and stuff. Okay, you know what? I am always confused by things, so I am just going to stop asking questions and just go.
Oh, no. Never stop asking questions. It's what keeps you human.
Kristen, you're not sure exactly what it is, but you've always known it as the path into the contagion. The obelisk made of onyx. The onyx path.
This is the pathway to the contagion. And I'll warn you, once we enter, there's no real way to come back.
So we're going to be stuck in there?
As far as I know,
Have you been in there?
no. I just have visions of it.
So you don't see a path out? None? Sport? Nothing?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't quite hold to that.
Storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell if the judges desire me to enter this onyx path?
You feel distant from the judges. You've had since you've awakened. However, you can feel their almost remorse in the situation. You know what this girl says is most likely true. This is a one-way trip. This is it. But it's the trip, the journey you were always meant to take. There's no more going back to sleep. There's no more waking up of it after it. There's no more falling back into a cover.
Then I must go, as the judges decree. And Gorlob will walk up to it and just put his hand against it.
What are you doing, dude?
As you place your hand against the onyx obelisk, you feel a hum and a glow. You feel something pulling at your soul, encasing you into it. It wants you to go into it, to leave your mortal coils behind. But your body will not survive the trip.
Oh, but I can use obedient clay and enter it physically.
You watch as the Arisen, as Gorlob, simply sinks into the obelisk.
Well, that's certainly something.
Holy shit, he went in there.
So you did.
I appreciate how he just sunk in there like that. I'm sorry.
Now, Kristen, you're 100%. I know you've been trained on this since you was a wee little one, but you're sure there's no way we're coming out of this.
Not that I'm aware of.
Hmm.
I think this is a one-way trip.
Well, shit. This is gonna suck.
Alejandro, you ready for one last good show?
Well, I guess you gotta be a little selfless when you're coming to save the world.
At least act happy we're going out with a bang.
The demons again.
Not a demon. And
Boy,
I'm
listen.
going to approach the obelisk and I will straight up leave my body.
Mm. Well, that's certainly something.
Storyteller,
Also,
how
you
does
got-
this smell?
Oh, it smells like all the freaky deaky, but You know, sometimes you just have to go against your base instinct, I guess.
I don't suppose you got something crazy cool like that, do you?
Nope. I don't think I do.
It's gonna suck for you then.
It's gonna suck for me.
Yeah. I mean, shit. They're turning into dust and ghosts and just gonna paw your way through.
You know what? You're right. Let's try something else. Percival's gonna shift into his Garrett form.
There you go.
And as you do, it's ever since that encounter with the abomination, you've been feeling a lot different. You're bigger, you're stronger, your fur is of a darker and more coarse variety. Your fangs and your claws were just a little bit longer.
You a big boy there, ain't you?
Been eating my Wheaties and my spinach.
Go on then. I gotta get my energy up before I'm gonna be doing this trip.
Wait, are you drinking a fucking energy drink?
So, Pepsi.
Oh God, demons like Pepsi. Okay.
Gotta keep the blood sugar up.
That'll do it. Kirsten?
Yes?
Before I embark or possibly, you said there's no way of coming back. What's stopping me from yeeting this fucking thing across the room?
Well, there's two of us in there, so that'll sort of defeat the purpose.
Well, we also need all the four of us. Well, the four of you and me to do this. So losing one of us might defeat the purpose, right?
Probably.
Fine. Percival's going to walk up to it and kind of like drag his claws on the obelisk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As you do. So something I should have mentioned when our dear friendly Sin Eater touched it. You did not phase into the obelisk as Gorlob did. You're muted. Your body.
Straight up died, didn't it?
Your body dropped.
Yep. Watch the ghost come right out.
I was like, the fuck?
And as you do the same, Percival, you don't feel, everyone else sees Percival's large wolf form collapse on the ground. Looks like the lights are on, but no one's home anymore. No, he's stepped out for a bit.
Walk up and just sort of like nudge the Krynos form on the ground. Well, you last or am I?
I don't think it matters. I'll be right behind you, though. Or I can go first.
Nah, I'll go. Just... Yeah. You know, you finally find something that you like on this planet, and then you gotta just ditch it. It's a shit situation.
I understand. But hopefully this is for the better, right? Or were you talking about fruit snacks?
Bit of both, I suppose. Nah, hell. All right, then. I'm gonna walk up to the obelisk and I'm gonna plant both hands on it and just, with a crack of electricity and ozone, just surge into the obelisk.
Kristen, you see power emerging from Robert. You see a light explode outward from him, almost in the form of large wings, before it sinks into the obelisk like water down a drain.
and the body is gone.
Kristen just walks up to it and says, "Here goes nothing," and puts her hand on it.
As you put your hand on it, you feel blood dripping from your hands. In the spots they always do. And you see the bodies of Lizzie and Percival crumble into salt. And you yourself feel your body begin to give out as you enter through the onyx path. As your mind begins to travel, all of you almost culminate. It's like jumping headfirst into a rushing river. You just feel overwhelmed on all sides, like a torrent of emotions. You think of a lot of things. You think of the people you've lost. You think of the precious moments in the sunlight that you had. You think of the first time you ever smelled a flower, the first time you ever loved someone, the first time you rode a bike. All types, complex, and sometimes simple emotions. And as you board this proverbial ark, you feel yourselves as light around an overwhelming darkness. There's no light here in this place. It's just a world. Darkness. When you finally regain your form, you wake up in a hole of some sort. Dug trenches with the smell and muskiness of fire, smoke. You hear gunshots and gunfire. You see dirt kicked up. Your eyes adjust to the barbed wire lining the tops of these trenches, and you hear the roaring engines of planes going above you. You all wake up in a circle, all around each other.
Oh, shit.
Does this feel like the underworld at all?
Oh no, it feels much deeper than that.
Does it feel like the worm?
Oh yes. But maybe a few shades more intense than you can imagine.
How does it smell?
For you,
Mm-hmm.
glorious.
Oh, God.
Like this is what you always needed to do with your life.
Ooh, dog, yeah. It smells good down there, sport.
Now, real question. Gorlab went in his mummified, like, dust form. Lizzie came through as a ghost, and Percival went through in Krenos form. Are they still in those forms?
I didn't go in as dust. I went in as my body.
Fair.
But Percival is still a wolf.
Alright.
And
Is Lizzie a ghost, or is Lizzie corporeal?
Liz is corporeal,
Right.
but you can see a wispiness and a transparent figure with not a lot of detail wrapped around her.
Alright. Yeah. Gorlab went through in his body. Robert took the body through, but there's something a little, like, flickery about it.
You have claws,
Not yet.
but you will.
When it's time.
And Kristen, you can now see a little bit of her true form. you see she has almost a glow to her of light on her, both her hands, and you can even see possibly from her feet, even though they're covered sneakers, I'm guessing, you can see blood leaking out of them.
Not normal. Told you. Not normal.
You know, I knew a guy who had that affliction one point in time.
Is it Sekhem that she's overwhelmed with?
I think this one's a bit more my wheelhouse. Maybe.
They're stigmata. They've been there. And she tries to like pat her hands on her legs.
Oh, now don't you be ashamed of that.
Just gonna mess up your clothes. Just
Guy, before you earned them, you're doing the same.
Percival gonna walk to Kristen and just.
You can't smell.
Oh, I can't smell.
You can't smell her for that for some reason. You can only smell the overwhelming musk of the contagion around you. But for her, it just doesn't smell like anything.
So that's what a werewolf looks like. That's terrifying, and you got a very pretty coat.
Oh, you think that's scary?
There are a lot of things that I have seen that are terrifying, but I've never seen a man do that.
Hmm.
Percival's gonna like show his paw hands, like, you think I look good?
It's very impressive.
He's gonna chomp down a little bit.
Gorlab,
Dental hygiene.
you are not wearing the normal clothes of a normal civilian as you might dress when you're arisen in this time. You are adorned in the gold pieces and the cloth of your empire.
Irem.
It feels like home.
It's been so long since I felt this comfortable. It feels good to be back.
Loincloth.
Gilded loincloth.
Yes, I see that.
With falcon heraldry on it.
So are you a pharaoh dude, or what's your deal?
What is a pharaoh?
Never mind.
I think I predate those.
Sure.
It'd be a bit more boring if we were stuck with a bog mummy.
So, Kristen, what do we do?
Storyteller, have I seen this all before?
This is all pretty new territory, but you know that you need to probably proceed deeper. You know, like anything, every path has a door. And there is a door here. And if it's not obvious, it should become very obvious, and you're just surprised as you're thinking all this, as you hear the sudden roar of a beast. In fact, several beasts. And as one of you might peek your head above the trenches, you see the ghostly figures. They seem like Geist almost. Like the ones you saw way back, Lizzie infected with a contagion. And through it you see, also in the sky, fighting the various planes and shooting, is not other planes, it's not man-made machineries, but in fact, ancient winged beasts. Worm-like dragons that surge through the air, gnarling and slashing.
I'm gonna pop back down like, don't go up there. Don't go up there. Not good.
I'll just look up from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, it's like a mismatch of every crazy thing you might have ever seen.
It's kind of like when the kid digs into a toy box and just sort of grabs everything and starts smashing it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the shoreline, except a lot more. Well, more.
Never been to the beach.
It's almost like when you throw away all the old food from a party or get together, and it just amalgamizes into the trash can as something completely different and 10 times worse than each of those individual things on its own.
Well, I don't suppose we know which way we're supposed to be going.
Ask the stigmatas. Ask that one.
We're looking for the next door. We have to go deeper still.
The next door.
Right.
Okay.
I
Do
don't
we
know where the
next
door
door
is.
What does the next door
at
on the
this
Onyx
moment.
path look like?
Orlum, you see the next door. You look, your eyes are drawn to the sky. And way up high, higher than anyone could possibly reach, within the clouds, you see the outline of a ladder.
Jacob's ladder?
Maybe not the exact same, but definitely one from your memory.
And I just point.
And you all get the same kind of feeling in your, like, because you're all connected, so you all share this information.
Well,
How high up is that ladder?
You would definitely need to either get on something that could fly, whether it be a plane, and get through that. And you're sure if you were to leave the safety of the trenches, you probably have to deal with other stuff as well too.
could I?
Well, I think we're going to need to probably go flying.
Either that or there's a way to pull it down.
Possibly. Storyteller, like, can I get a decent sense of the distance of the ladder that we're looking at from where we are?
So, I'm not going to do an exact measurement because I feel like I'm just going to either lowball it or extremely highball it.
Sure.
It's like the level, it's like in the sky, like in the clouds. So you would need to like be in a plane.
Yeah.
To get, or on one of these dragons to get to there. Or be really good at jumping, maybe.
I'm thinking, yeah, my pockets ain't big enough to pull a plane out of them, so I think we're going to have to actually go find ourselves a ride, which means getting on up there.
I can do that.
How can you, sport?
Well, and I'm going to use Marionette on one of the dragons.
It's a little bit out of your range, but if someone could get you closer, you could definitely do that.
So, Percival, do you think that you could get me closer to one of those? And I'm going to point at one of those wormy-looking dragons.
Do you want me to yeet you?
Yeet me?
Yeet?
That is what the kids say now. Just like throw.
I know what the kids say. I'm just... Sure, we will Lord of the Rings trilogy this. Throw me.
Lord of the what?
Is a book.
Well,
Is it good?
and then movies.
Yeah, there were movies.
Oh, the what?
I was talking about the movies, but
Oh.
hey.
It's sort of like the Book of the Dead, but not.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
It's a good book.
All right.
Every night where we take the mummy to the movies. Alright, yeet me.
All right. You want me to do it from my shoulders, or you want me to literally? I can throw you. I'm pretty good at it.
If you want to toss me, go ahead. I'm already dead. Let's do it.
Yeah, can't die again.
Can't die? Well, yes, you can.
Oh, you absolutely can.
You
Oh.
absolutely can.
You can die so many times.
Why do you know that? Okay. No,
We've all died multiple times.
Oh, no, not me.
I have.
Not me.
I mean, I don't think I've died.
Probably.
I haven't died.
I die like every 2,000 years. I live and die every 2,000 years.
Literally.
I technically wasn't born in the first place, so it's a bit of a gray area.
Sometimes sooner though. Stay out of my
Literally.
tomb.
Does no one not get that this guy's possibly like Tutankhamun or Smenkhare or something?
Again, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
think
I
I'm
get it.
older than that.
Old Kingdom? Okay. No.
Again, older than that.
Okay. All right. Come on, sport.
Alrighty, and since I'm tiny, I'm just gonna like sit in front of this big ass werewolf and just hunch myself up like, alright, go!
What do I roll? Do I roll anything, storyteller?
Go ahead and give me. I'm gonna switch the correct sheet. Go ahead and give me strength plus your athletics, or you could also just give me a straight up strength plus dexterity.
As Percival's getting ready to do it, I'm just looking at Lizzie and go, now, you trying to like lasso this thing, or you just trying to get closer to it?
I'm
Strength
just
and
trying to get closer
dexterity.
to it so I can take control of it.
Okay, and then you're just gonna fall right the fuck back down?
Well, no, then I'm going to have it fly under me and hopefully catch me. There is a plan.
Gotcha. Well, just in case, and I'm actually gonna reach like, I'm gonna do the roll for this really quick. I'm gonna reach into my pocket, as the phrase goes.
Okay. Wait, do I get more because I'm in my Garbu form?
Oh yeah.
I do. Okay.
And with 3 successes, I would like to use my embed of in my pocket, and I'm like within here, I'm going to pull like a parachute out of my jacket.
Yep, that's awesome.
Just in case, though.
You get a +4. Much for your Garu form.
And
Or
I get
it's a +2.
for my strength, it's +2.
Yep, +2. There we go. Okay.
Right. So what is the roll?
So just strength plus dexterity.
Okay, I got that. What am I looking for?
You're looking for 8, 9s, and 10s. 10s are rerolls.
I have 8, a 7, and a 10. Reroll it. Another 10. And a 5.
Hey, 3 successes.
So I just hand Lizzie this parachute that it just produced my jacket, and go, just in case.
Don't want to know why you have this. Alright, let's go.
All right. And he.
Borlab, as this is going on, you can see artillery fire heading straight for the rest of you.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, this is gonna suck.
I would like to use another one of my utterances. Dust beneath feet at tier 2 to turn myself into a giant golem statue and shield everyone.
Okay. So this is how this plays out. You see the Guru grab little Lizzie with parachute in hand. Probably strap the parachute to the back, I'm guessing. Obviously, yeah. After Robert goes, it's go time. You signal, you throw her with such speed and strength. You might have heard her with whiplash. You're not entirely sure if you just misdirected this or not. As you toss her into the air towards one of these dragons. As the dragon snapped its senses to the speeding bullet, it actually, you see 3 of them attempt to dive bomb you as they try to snap at you, eat at you like
Marionette.
a buffet. Okay, go ahead and roll your marionette plus your manipulation.
Alright, what is there? Oh my lord, I can definitely do this, yes.
Oh yeah, it's not like you have a supercharged clock for this.
1, 2, 3.
As it's going on, Kristen and Robert, you hear gunfire, and you see these almost inky-like blots of figures running at you as they begin to fire their guns with these old-fashioned bayonets attached to them. They're charging you. What do you do?
They're charging me.
Yes, they're charging
All
both of you, all of you.
All right. If they're shooting, I'm literally just gonna let the bullets come at me, and the moment that bullets touch me, I'm using shatter to just have them explode on me. And that is gonna be 2 successes.
You know, how do you do it? Do you just like wave your hand across, or it just happens?
I'm literally gonna let the bullets hit me, and on impact, they're just gonna lead dust. Well, y'all want me to handle this, or?
I don't know, Kristen. Do you think it's time for you to handle this?
I was gonna say I can try and mind control one of them
Sure.
that are shooting at us. Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. That is what you're gonna put. Go ahead. So you're gonna roll 3 dots for your mind. Go ahead and give me your presence plus your mind control.
Okay.
All right, 2. You watch one of the inky blots seize up. It's almost like it tries to invade your mind as you try to take control of it. But you easily wrench control of it. What do you do?
Oh, I turn it around so it targets its friends.
Almost like in like a sickening show, you see the inky blot. You can hear it snapping as its bones kind of turn and contort, and it lifts up the assault rifle it has, and sprays one of the other of the kind of Geist-like creatures before skewing another one on the bayonet. You watch the bullets hit you, Robert, and they just harmlessly shatter like you're invincible to it. What did you? And then we see Gorlob. We see the artillery shells raining down on Gorlob as he transforms, basically mid-collision into this gigantic golem, absorbing the impact. You hear cracks form against your stone skin, but nothing too much. Nothing too, because you are a literal god here. That's how you feel anyway.
Okay.
And what did you get, Lizzie?
I got 3 10s and 2 other successes besides those.
Do we roll your 10s?
Not yet. No,
You got. That's 4 so far, right? 5.
We've got 6 successes.
Well, 5 is what you need for an exceptional success. So you pluck at the strings of the mental sinew of each of these lizard-like, wormling-like beasts. And all at once they lurch back as if being controlled by a marionette, a theater of puppet strings holding them. You can feel your makeup start to form the streaks of line as you begin crying more intensely. It happens every time you use this.
Yep. And I'm going to have one fly under and catch me because I am still midair. Woo!
The impact, which would normally hurt you, actually you feel the inky blackness leave your body for a second and soften the blow. The residual of a different type of haunt that took a hold of you ever since that day. That day almost half a year ago. Looking into the inky blackness of your call, you can always see the reflection of someone else, can't you?
It's good to know she's still here.
And you can almost hear Ash telling you,
God loves guns.
"Good on you, Lizzie. Now remember, God loves guns."
And I'm going to fly these dragons back to those awaiting on the ground because the Lizzie airport is open.
As you do so, you see there are more forces coming in. First of all, more are coming from your side as well, and you can even see what seems to be almost like a tank heading towards you. This battleground is trying to overwhelm you. It's like the Contagion doesn't want you to go forward.
Well, Robert is still in human form with all these people doing all this cool shit around us. Well, we want to take the ride up, or we want to actually dick around down here?
I'm ready to ride, sport. Done my job.
Look up at Gorlab. How big is Gorlab right now?
Size 9.
Okay. What, like a 5'9" golem?
No, like size 9. If we were size 5.
Size 9. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
one size less than a sports car.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
All right. How about you? You all ready to go?
I think so.
All right.
Something you might have not have noticed, but probably should have been pointed out. Kristen, what's on your back?
A sword.
And this sword, ever since you got here, seems to be glowing with sigils that have been etched onto its scabbard.
That's new.
For them, maybe.
Can we see this?
Oh, yeah.
I'll notice this. So.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I shouldn't come unprepared, right?
No, I don't suggest that you do, sport. Very bravely default. I don't. Okay. Let's go.
I think it's smart.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Eyes of Justice lets me sense the relative might and peril of a relic. What does the sword, by just looking at it, what does the sword give off?
It gives off the feeling of a hero. You know the sword that she carries on her back, let's say in her hand, on her back, is a sword from a long time ago. A sword definitely with a name, and definitely with a legend attached to it.
We taking the Lizard Express up to this ladder in the sky? Or do I have to start doing work down here?
I'll see you all there. And with that, Gorlob says something and sprouts wings made of smoke and flame as he emerges from the stone body and just begins to fly upwards.
You know, that might have saved us a hassle a little bit earlier.
You were all interested in being yeeted, as the kids say.
What a dick!
Well, there you are.
Oh well, at least I had fun.
I didn't want to carry everyone.
All right, I'll wait for the dragon to come on down. When it gets here, I'll just mount up.
It puts its head down and lets you.
Why, thank you. I'll just climb on board.
You don't have to thank it. I'm telling it to do that. Thank me.
I am thanking you, but take it how you will.
Percival's like, okay, thanks. Let me get on. He's gonna awkwardly straddle this thing and okay.
It's, the scales will probably hurt you a little bit, but you got some tough hide and tough fur though.
Yeah, it's tearing up that wolf taint. It's fine. Yep, it's all right. It's all right.
You used to hear, it reminded you of a story you once heard, Percival, about, apparently there's some kids that are born of like divine beings, and some of them actually be born of these like dragon-like things, not even become them, and even take aspects of them. It's just You wish you were one of those right now. Might help a
Yep.
little bit.
Yep, still not helping with the wolf tank, but it's fine.
Oh, come on, let's get a move on before we have more company.
Yep, and as everybody's mounted, I'm gonna have our little dragons take off straight to the ladder.
As the artillery and gunfire starts to die down, you find yourselves going towards the ladder. And when I say ladder, it's not like a normal, like obviously like shaped like a ladder. It's definitely more esoteric than that. It's reflections of light, of glass almost, that seem to climb up into the air. And as you start climbing through the ladder and entering this mirror-like structure, you find yourselves coming to the top of it, where a huge door lies before you.
Mm.
Holy shit.
That's a big old door.
It's a fucking huge door.
The door seems to stretch into infinity. The top of it.
Fuck yeah.
The only thing you can see though is the black ooze spreading from it, dropping.
Does it smell up here?
Oh yeah, it's been getting more intense as you go in.
Okay.
Mm.
Oh boy.
We supposed to knock or just push?
Doesn't look like maybe either. You see, you're on a platform as you get to the top of this door. And the only thing out the door, or on this platform, is it looks like a DOS box computer sitting on a table with a single wooden chair.
I'll walk up to it.
Yeah.
I'll
You see
follow.
the familiar black and green, like, MS-DOS screen with input commands.
Who in the 80s died and did this? Who did this?
I don't know, but that's all right. Using like I built it, one of my other embeds, I'm just going to touch it, and I want to grasp like the ability to perfectly use and understand this object, like including the proper commands and whatnot.
You feel like you would need to, as you kind of understand how to use it, you realize it's like a console. You're almost like, request, this door it's a figurative lock, like a password. You need a user admin.
Yep.
Of some sort to open it.
Am I gaining the user admin from my perfect understanding or no?
You can't. You feel like you could. You feel like you might know someone that can, or you might even have someone with you that would be able to. But even then, it's almost like you having to brute force through this. A rudimentary security system, yes, but one that works in a reality that's not like ours.
Well, unless anybody thinks that they know the way in, I'm just gonna start mashing away and.
Do you want me to give it a try?
If you want, I certainly don't mind.
So yeah, I would like to use my computer ability with my specialty.
What is your specialty?
It is God Machine.
Go ahead and roll me your computer plus your intelligence plus 1.
Okie dokie.
I think Percival will be at a disadvantage if he did that with the mega hands.
Gotta use the tips of the claws, like after you
Yeah, I
do
could-
manicure. Like,
No, they're kind of like B-Star's Lego sheet.
4 successes.
4 successes.
Mhm.
You send the request. You're pinging it. And you're like, And if someone were to ask you, Kristen, what you're doing, you would just tell them that you're waiting for someone to unlock the door now. What do you have? What do you have on you, Robert?
What do I have on me?
Mm-hmm.
Just my jacket, my hat, and pretty much anything I want to pull out of my pockets.
If you were to pull something out, reminding you of your two comrades, what would you find?
What would I find? I suppose. Oh, there's such different folks, each of them, but I suppose I'd pull out that damn ticket that we got.
Yeah.
That told us where we were supposed to be going. And I'll reach into my pocket, and with 3 successes in my pocket, produce the ticket.
And as you produce the ticket, you watch it fade into data and disappear into the sky and clouds above you. And you begin to hear a rumbling.
What did you do?
Pardon?
What did you do? Why is it rumbly?
I think I gave it the password.
Okay.
Nice. I would have given it a go too, but you know.
Maybe you're pinging an old friend. As the clouds split open, and before we see what emerges from it, I think this is the perfect spot to take a couple minute break. Don't all of you?
Here, here.
Oh, yes.
Why, of course, dear.
All right. And then with that, I'll see you all in a couple minutes. And then we can continue and finish the final story of the Contagion Chronicle. Go take your bio breaks. Go, refill your water for more hydrations. We'll see you soon.
Surrounded by darkness, flows on her way. Cold, cruel, and heartless, trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes. Feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness, floating away. Cold, cruel, and heartless, trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes. Feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness. Surrounded by darkness, floating away. Cold, cruel, and heartless, trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes. Feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity. surrounded by darkness. Floating away. Cold, cruel, and heartless. Trying to escape. Bring the world to its knees. Stand your ground till you succeed. Live your dreams all the way to eternity. I see the light in your eyes. Feel the fire inside. You are free from me to eternity.
And we are back with the second and last part of our Contagion finale. As the clouds part, you feel a heavenly presence go through you, Robert. Almost like a conduit. And you begin to speak, but it's not your voice. What does this voice say?
Hello? Who are all of you?
Who are you?
I mean, you could kind of call me God, I guess.
Which
But, like,
judge are
not
you?
in a spooky way. I'm just God. Hi.
Hi. I'm Percival, trying to keep the world free of the worm.
Cool. Good luck with that.
Oh, no guidance, no assistance. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks, God. That's
Oh,
what I needed.
I'm sorry, did you need, like, a divine inspiration or something?
And God is sassy. I did not expect this. Okay.
God is a woman and God is sassy.
Yes.
Hey, wait. God, I have a question.
I
Yeah.
Azrael.
Do you love guns?
Oh, yeah, like a lot.
Oh God. God. Well. Oh, you. It's you're a gun lover. Okay. Cool.
I mean, to be fair, this is kind of like it's kind of like a title that we get passed around. I don't know, like I kind of ate a guy to get this job, so I mean, don't think me special in any kind of way. I just kind of did what needed to be done.
So you're not the God. You are a God.
Technically I'm the god, but I guess imagine if you had to like Highlander your way into being God. That's sort of what I did.
What is Highlander, and who
Like-
was the previous god?
a thought pops into your head, Percival. Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's just like Doctor Who.
Okay. Cool.
There's a door
Okay.
that needs to be opened.
Yeah, so can you open that, goddess of Gaia? Oh, that door there.
Why?
We're here to solve the contagion.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
fuck.
It's me.
Oh, yeah, sure. I gotta figure out how to do this. I think I can just pilot Robert to do it. Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's nodding. He says you can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that, Robert. Sorry, I'm kind of hijacking your vocal cords. That's a little weird.
And as Robert begins to sit down, he begins to awkwardly type at first, but the God Machine knows. The God Machine always knows the password.
It's password 1.
It's password.
Password 69.
Swordfish.
420.
Freezing.
It's 420 spelled out, 69.
Phrasing.
Heaven
We're not
has
doing phrasing
really-
anymore? Okay.
Lose us a count.
Also, what is
Fair.
Highlander?
Gorlov.
Can someone tell me what Highlander is? God mentioned it, so it must be important.
Christian, you feel like if you needed to ask God any questions, or if anyone needed to ask God questions in this rare moment, now might be the time.
God, what is Highlander?
Oh, it's like this really awesome, like, you know what? I bet you can find a DVD of it.
What's a DVD?
It's like, oh fuck. It's like a play.
God, I'm a
You can
mummy.
watch it
Tell me.
anywhere.
Goddess, I have a question.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me, Percival, again.
I-
Are we going to get out of this alive?
I can't really foretell the future. Not that kind of god, but I mean, y'all seem like you got some great chutzpah. So I think.
Wait, you're Jewish?
Yeah,
You're
of
Jewish?
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
they gotta be every religion.
God, what is Jewish?
Oh, goddess.
It's a pretty cool religion, I gotta say.
All right.
Yeah,
Follow
yeah,
question.
Got
Do
the
you know
best
what
food.
happened to Sumar?
No. Should I?
I don't know. He was kind of important to me.
You recall God might recall that God ate someone of that.
Yeah, God is covering her ass.
Why is God covering?
Because she's God. She can do whatever she wants.
God is flawed.
Goddess squad?
Flawed.
Flawed? Oh.
Nick, what do I have to roll to see through God's lies?
There
Okay.
is no seeing through those lies.
Oh,
I have bonuses
Goddess?
to it.
I have a question.
Gorlab, lose us a count just for that comment.
Goddess. Gaia. Why is this one, and he's going to motion with his clawed hand to Kirsten, why is she like this with the your dead son thing on,
Are you asking about my stigmata?
Yeah.
So for one, Jesus wasn't my kid. I feel like I should clear that one up. I have no kids.
So
Stigmata?
Billie Jean was not your son. I knew it. I knew it.
I knew Mary
The
was covering some
stigmata,
up.
Shit's weird sometimes.
Do you approve of the stigmata?
It seems like it's more inconvenient for them than it is for me.
I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of helpful.
Well, there you go.
I can heal people with my blood if you want.
Where is Michael
That's kinda
Jackson?
neat.
Robert just gonna pull control back for a second. Go, Lindsay, maybe you should give him a heads up that you're the next god, and you didn't really have
Bitch,
control
what?
over the shit happened before.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Everything that happened before I kind of took the job is really not my jurisdiction. I've been at this maybe a couple months, few months. I don't know. Time's really weird here. I just started this job, so I really don't know what else I can tell you.
So the
I
world
do
looks
this
like
to try
shit.
and stop everything.
Yeah, the world and
World
the
looks like
underworld.
shit.
Yeah, well, that's our job to fix that. It's not God's job.
Yeah, no, she took the job to try to make it stop looking like shit, but doing the best we can. But that's why I got back to find the rest of you.
God,
Right, and that's why I'm here.
God
Okay.
might notice that Kristen has the same type of aura about her that those monks did.
Hmm. Hey, Kristen,
Yeah?
you would just tell me a little bit more about yourself? That sounds like that would be a good idea right about now.
Oh, okay. I'm a human. When I was a little kid, my parents always told me that I had the eyes to open the way to contagion. and I received instructions to hide in the church that everyone met at, and then God would do the rest. And now I'm here to help everyone fight Contagion.
Oh, that's a big task for me. Yeah, there's definitely something about you. Oh.
Well, I've been having visions for a long time.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, on how to stop Contagion, and then that's why I'm here trying to lead these people, to try and stop it.
Yeah, I kind of tried to do that too, and now I'm here.
Yeah, you told me to find people, and I found them, and she was one of them. So, here we are.
Thanks for that, by the way. That's actually super helpful. I'm in here trying to... So the person before me was very... I'll try and sum this up. They were, super infected. And I took over to make it less infected. But I, myself, am also now infected. Oh, but only slightly.
Yeah, it's kind of a shit situation, but that's why we're doing the thing. Hey, you think maybe we can...
must be having fun there, dude.
You think maybe we can finish up this password shit?
Oh, you've been typing the whole time,
Yeah,
Robert, and it's stacks of walls.
But it's just taking forever, and I'm just...
Yeah, no, sorry. 3 more characters and you got it.
Okay.
Highlander is a good play god.
Huh?
What's the Highlander play about?
It's about a guy who's got to kill to be like the top.
You're okay with this job? You don't seem like you like it that much.
I mean, if you had to be all-knowing and all-seeing, and it's a lot of burden. It's a lot of burden. I don't hate it. That would be hypocritical. I took this knowing it would be a burden. But I think, maybe it's not fun.
Let's be honest, Lindsay, you always thought you could do the job better anyway.
Are we getting guilted by...
I mean, I did. Just because I'm a demon doesn't mean I don't know how to do this shit.
I know that, but that's what...
Another demon?
Well,
So-
was a demon. Was a demon, now is the god.
Wait.
I feel like I accidentally said something.
No, they're just a little bit biased is all. But
So who made the gays?
We're working through that.
Because the gays are cool, right?
This isn't the original god. It's sort of a hierarchy, like job
They're cool.
title thing.
Think
Okay,
of
but-
here, if it helps you, think of me like God the 47th. Like,
There's been 47 gods?
There's 47
not
gods?
precisely. I'm making a round number.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait,
but you're
round?
cool with the gays and the
47's
werewolves.
not
Oh
round.
hell yeah, I'm gay.
What? What Dickens?
As this
Goddess
conversation's
is a
happening,
woman and is gay!
the door's
I love it.
just slowly opening.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks,
cool.
God, I think...
Lindsay, I think we got it.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks, God.
Say hi to Tom for me and whatnot. Hopefully I'll get up to you guys more down here.
Yeah.
Can you, before you go, can you do a miracle?
I think talking through Tom's poor little vocal cords is kind of a miracle right now.
Not to mention opening the door that we got going on here.
Yeah, y'all probably want to get through that.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Goddess. Percival's going to do like that little chummy walk.
Good luck.
Hey, God, one last question. What do you think about the Onyx Path?
I think it's pretty baller.
All right, you take care now, Lindsay. I'll see you when I see you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
The god machine disconnects from Robert.
I hate that shit.
Well, Robert, that certainly was visual.
Ugh.
If what Kristen said was true, then you're probably not gonna have to do that again, or anything really.
Well, let's hope I don't gotta do that again, because that, I gotta tell you, of all the things I could be doing, that's the least pleasant of them.
Now's not the time for that.
Nice as it was to talk to her again.
That sounds like it might have hurt their sport.
I mean, voice of God traveling through not the voice of God medium. It's kind of like you ever
Painful.
shake up a Diet Coke and then like try to put it through a little tube?
No.
Don't
No.
twist a half.
It's really
Sounds-
fun. It's
Sounds
really
like
fun.
a catheter. No thanks.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but the problem is that it just kind of like forces through and the tube tries to expand. It's a whole thing.
What? A Coke, a Diet coke catheter. That's what it sounds like. It sounds very unpleasant.
I don't know what any of these things are, but I want this conversation to stop.
All right, well then. This
You-
way to the stopped conversation, and I'm going to walk through the door.
Oh.
I mean, you should be coming right behind me. So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
so is it Liz? Lisbeth? What are we calling you? Are you okay? Because I yeeted you through to that thing, and I was just
Oh, no, that was so fun.
right. It was a rush, right?
Oh, it was. And of course, when I landed on the dragon, of course, a little bit of call leaked out. So that was a little.
No.
Oops, I inked.
Yeah, he kind of rubs his little fur butt. He was like, "Yeah, my wolf taint still gotta deal
Oh,
with that."
yeah. You
the
didn't have
scales.
a nice call saddle like I did.
No, I did not. It
I'm
was
so sorry. I should have leaked over near you.
yeah.
As you emerge into the next room, the door behind you disappears very quickly. As you find yourself surrounded in space, in darkness.
Like space?
Yeah, like stars and galaxies.
Oh, can I reach out and touch him?
You can. And like you touch one star and it like multiplies into a bunch of them shooting out. Reacting to each touch.
Did I just make a fucking galaxy?
Maybe we should hold off on creation while we focus on counteracting destruction.
But he's okay.
Go to school.
This you get to the path that you're on is that familiar black onyx yet again. That is leading you.
So we just follow this thing and keep going?
I suppose this is the path we're supposed to walk.
All right.
Onyx path.
Yeah, to finish this this year chronicle that we have embarked on.
Liz?
Huh?
Do you want to ride? Put you on my shoulder. Okay. He's gonna kind of kneel down.
Oh, and of course, this reminds me of the last time I took a shoulder ride. Oh. He's not as slimy, but he is nice and furry.
Yes.
And Percival's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're
not that big.
as you're riding on it, as you're like cuddled up into the fur, you see someone next to you, also cuddled in the fur.
Oh, who am I seeing?
This is someone that not everyone else can see. This is just a conversation this might be a hallucination you're having, you're not sure. Or it could be real as anything else in this room. I mean, what is reality? See a familiar sight. Girl, a woman, a little bit older than you. Dog tags hanging around her neck. Staring at you. A smile. Cuts on her face. And her hair, which used to be a mottled brown, has now turned straight black. They made it. Hey, Lizzie.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You didn't come back. You didn't catch up with us.
No. I couldn't. That's okay.
Is it?
Yeah, you'll see. It was for the best. I got to witness stuff in my last couple moments that not a lot of people get to. It was tough. You accepted at first, but I wasn't alone. We're never alone.
Well, no, we've always got that little hitchhiker in the back of our head.
Or are we the hitchhikers, you know? I always thought about that. You're gonna have to make a choice soon.
Oh no, what kind of choice?
Well, Maybe it's time. Turn a new page. I mean, what did you come here to do?
I don't know, something amazing, I guess. I came to get closure for you, because I still haven't gotten over it.
Stopping the contagion. It was always bullshit.
Right.
It never was the real reason.
Those bastards used us.
Maybe.
Definitely.
But our cards were stacked against us from the start. He's hurting. He says, nodding over to Robert that's probably rocking in front of you.
Oh, what did she say? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
He's hurting.
Hurting? Well, yeah, you just had God speak through him.
I mean a different type of hurt. We're not alone. But he is.
What about the nice cuddly teddy bear we're riding on? Is he alone too?
Yeah. We're all alone here, really.
Well, except for those of us, again, with passengers.
But I'm sure it's confusing. To think that 1 minute you could be with your friends, you know, you against the world, and next, everything's gone.
I've been thinking about that a lot.
And even him, pointing to the Arisen, he's got no one either. Straight up said it to you. And her, well, she's been alone her whole life, it seems like.
That's a lot to put on a kid that you're supposed to... You know my thoughts on that.
Yeah, but she had a job to do. I respect that. We all have a duty.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm doing. Hey, Ash, is this conversation real, or am I just, you know, having the last synapses fire off before I just
Lizzie.
fade out?
Just because it's in your head doesn't mean it's any less real. She kind of puts a hand, like, on your cheek. We're gonna change his perspective. Percival. You can almost see as you're looking, kind of going down the path. You can see the other wolves that were in the forest with you. Your friends, your pack, your brothers in arms.
Holy shit. Like, how far are they?
They're like, it's like seeing something in water. It's like close, but you know you can never really get to it. And you remember the words, the last thing one of them ever said to you before everything went to shit. First of all, you did a good job here today. We did good.
Is this it?
If it is it not so bad?
I don't know, sport. I feel good, but then I don't want this to end.
Well, that's the thing about stories. They eventually have an end.
This is true.
Think about Chronicles, really. But,
yeah.
You know, what did the Wolf Mother used to tell us? When one story ends,
yes,
another one's just starting.
The cycle continues.
Yep, and the worm keeps spinning. I think we'll be fine.
Let's hope so.
I know so. You've done good,
But
personal.
you know so.
You've done good.
All right. All right, sport.
Gorlop. You don't see anyone. You don't really feel the presence of everyone. You truly do feel alone as you walk this path. But
This onyx path.
this honest path, yeah. But you don't feel yourself fading. You don't see the duty you know the duty you have to do, but you feel like this is it. If you get through this, you're never gonna have to go back to sleep again. You know, after a life of running, life of sleeping in order and just waking up to do one job, then going back to sleep. You know, can you even survive when you have nothing present to do, nothing commanding you? I mean, you finished your mission, but was it worth it?
Gorlop barely knows who he is. All he knows is the mission. He doesn't know. But he has to trust in the fact that the judges know what the world needs.
Do you think does Gorlop believe that the judges, does he think that the judges are out for the world, or the judges are out for the judges?
Gorlop has never considered this line of thought. He has always considered them as caretakers of the world, of all the humans, of everyone. But he has been deputized by them to carry out their will, to make the world, to correct the problems in the world. That is the way, the decree of the Falcon. We do what we must without really thinking about it.
Yeah. Irem is long gone. You're all that's left of it. Carry on that legacy for as far as you can. And with each character of the past Contagions, you know, getting some sort of connection, thinking about their past adventures, what led them all here, we turn to Kristen. You look to what is considered the last room, but the room is shrouded over by a veil. A curtain, although silken, you can see the silhouettes behind it of something fantastical. You know that no one else here would be able to cross it.
This is the last room. Everyone.
So this is the end of our journey, support.
I'm gonna just start singing a lullaby for everyone. Just, hey, my last performance.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and just see if I can pull out some like earthly food, like I left behind before I wind up leaving.
You end up pulling out a bag, the last pack of a second brand fruit snack. It's not Welch's, but I guess you could take what you get.
Never tried these before.
I want to quickly analyze that fruit snack with one of my utterances.
It's delicious, but in a way that's made using cheaper ingredients. But actually, if you were to compare it to the actual Welch's fruit snack, you'd realize they're exactly the same, just different packaging.
And it seems to have just come into existence after I pulled it out of my pocket. It has no origin point. Just, it's there.
Can I see this?
You could see him munching away, yeah.
Wow.
Well,
want
sport, yeah. Just hold out his little wolf paw.
Caring
Hey.
is caring.
Here, Lizzie.
Does everyone just share a snack at the end of the
Oh,
world?
yep. I'm
Person,
just
do you
gonna
want one?
continue
If there's
on
not
my
enough,
way.
I can
Oh.
make more now that I know how they're made.
You don't
Sure,
want it?
I'll take one.
Okay, here, take some.
Thanks.
His big maw's like,
A fruit gummy?
Oh god, it's like a dog. It's
Do you-
gonna get stuck to the roof of his mouth.
he's already doing a little tongue thing.
Alexander's just sulking.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, I can't share any with you, buddy. I mean, unless, yeah, I don't think it's possible.
He starts composing a song of his disappointment.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna start singing his song of disappointment back at the people, just like Alex is sad he can't eat the beans.
Moses, do you want some? Gorlob.
He already had some.
I
I
had
think
one.
he's pondering the strange new world that he's only just now discovered.
I see. All right. All right, sports. So, Kirsten, what do we do? Do you take your little thingy there and stick? Or
So, what happens next is Kristen actually grabs the sword off of her back, which is the sword Excalibur. And she cuts open the curtain that is there, the veil.
And like, and it's still space and stars around you. Just the onyx path ends in a little onyx circular platform. And on it is a decent sized desk with a large open tome of blank pages. And there's a quill. And next to the quill and the tome is a fairly large sized bottle of ink that is cracked at the base, slowly leaking off the desk into the ground and back through the path. Same ink and black ooze you recognize.
This is the single most powerful thing I've ever seen, isn't it?
Single most powerful, but it's also dumb as shit. Literally, the contagion is a leaky ink bottle. Ooh.
oh my god. Percival's just gonna like stick his claw hand out and kind of like start poking at more stars. Maybe make a supernova.
But yeah, in lieu of bubble wrap.
Well, I suppose it makes sense, don't it? I mean, we're looking at the script of creation.
Yeah, I'm going to pull a piece of that sticky candy out of Robert's mouth and stick it on the side of the bottle.
It sticks. And the ink, it takes a sec, but the ink eventually bleeds through.
That's the problem. It's not contained anymore, so it's coming through and it's bleeding out into everything.
Now there's a lot of wrong times throughout your stories. Wrong places, wrong times, wrong situations, wrong people. But for most of you, this is it. This is the right time. Isn't it, Kristen?
Kristen kind of clears her throat. So, there's
Yes.
been a disease that's slowly been controlling the world. The Contagion. And I am their agent.
What?
You want to run that by us again?
I am an agent of the Contagion.
You're an agent of a leaky ink bottle. Okay.
Or have we misunderstood this whole thing?
You haven't misunderstood anything. The Contagion exists because the world entered stagnation. The first time it happened, the Contagion created the supernatural. Life began to evolve, and time moved forward. Currently, the supernatural individuals have hit a point where they're either warring amongst one another or just stuck in their own traditions. The intention of creating the supernaturals was to continue the world moving. The Contagion tried to help progress this, but the angels and other creatures prevented things. And now the world is filled to the brim, and it can't take anymore. We've all united against a common foe, and we're starting to progress in the face of this new threat. In order to continue progress, the Contagion must be fulfilled. My ultimate goal this whole time has been to bring this group of supernatural beings together to the heart of the Contagion, to tell you all the truth and let you make a decision. I adore this world, the people, the ideals it carries, and the nuance. But the bad, the war, the violence, the hatred is what I cannot stand. The bad must be treated in order to restore the proper balance. The choice is yours. Reset the world and restore the proper balance. A world without the Contagion. A world without darkness. Or keep things as they are. Let things progress and see what will happen. That's been my true purpose.
I'm having a knee-jerk reaction. You can't appreciate the light without dark bits. The dark reflects the light.
And
very pretty.
as you say that, you see, not as you hear a voice call out to you. And you see the inky blackness begin to escape the bottle as it speaks to you. But darkness doesn't necessarily have to be the shade that we know it to be.
Anish Kapoor, get back in the bottle.
What in the fuck?
Ink and talk sport?
Just because you can't comprehend what I am doesn't make me any less what I am.
This is true. But, okay, hold on. Time out. First
I
of
know
all,
what you're...
turns to Kirsten real quick. Kirsten. Couple of things.
Okay.
So, pretty much the Contagion, you are part of the Contagion.
In a way.
And, so whose fault is this? Is this the goddess from back there? Or, and then if we do shake the world and start new, then we cease to exist, right?
We do
So
cease to exist, but this isn't purposely anyone's fault.
So
We tried. Twice now.
Twice. So third time's always a charm.
So, is it the first time I created this world of darkness? There was no god and machine. There were beings like you. There was the children of Cain. There was the Guru. There was the mighty worm. There was the mages, the Atlanteans. There was the Ascension. There was the Orpheus, the Flatliners. There were so many. It was a world of darkness and light. It was great. I made heroes, I made villains, I made darkness. I tried to balance it out. And then it failed. And I remade it. We created. We're the same. We created all of us. Just like you. A new world of darkness. We started the Chronicle over. And we made a mistake. We made it the same. We copied the template that came before us. We made a mirror trying to reclaim the good and leave out all the bad. And it didn't work because the same solution begets the same problems. A copy at the end of the day has the same flaws of the previous copy.
Back to zero. I think you're gonna make the same exact mistakes.
Exactly. But this time, we know.
This time what, dude? This time what?
What if
The
there
limit
was?
does not exist.
What if there was no darkness? What if there was no heroes? What if there was no vampires and mages, mummies and wolves?
Then the world would be boring.
Is it?
Quite boring.
Are mortals boring?
But they'd be protected.
Yes!
I mean, Kirsten, you're semi-mortal. Boring, right? Go to school, wake up, you don't die even twice.
I don't think it's boring. I think lives lived still have value. There's still people you care about. There's still hopes and dreams that people have. I mean,
Not what I meant.
I've always been weird, but it's boring in a sense, but not.
Just
I don't.
nice.
I'm not here to make a decision for anyone.
But you're a part of this.
And so are the rest of you.
We must protect the mortals.
The mortals,
We must do what we have to.
they live. They fall in love. They make good choices. They make bad choices. Just because they aren't tapping into the astral energies or, sucking the blood out of others. In fact, they're the most freest of them all. They don't have to live. They're not enslaved to their nature.
And they are bored. They are so fucking bored.
I mean,
Do you know how bored they are? They're so bored that my kind had a field day every day, given something for them to do. I've seen a world without darkness. I was born into it, and it was boring as shit. It was routine as shit. I didn't want to fall, but I did, and guess what? It turned out to be one of the best goddamn things that ever happened to me. You're saying that you want an entire world of no darkness, of just bright, happy light, and I'm
No.
here to tell you that it sucks.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want a world just for mortals of mortals.
And they will be living the rest of their lives in this brave new world that you're going to make, wondering if they could have been more, because that's what they do. That's what they always do. They sit there and they wonder, why am I working in this factory? Could I have been a doctor? Could I have been a movie star? What if I had superpowers? What if I had wings? They always want more.
It's wonder. It's not
Yeah.
want.
It is wonder. And the
Then
world
you'd
that
be
we've
taking
had,
away wonder.
the world that
We'd
we've
be
had,
protecting them from evil, from what they could do to each other.
Do the humans evolve when the kindred enslave them?
arguably.
When the god machine builds infrastructures around them? When death is so ordered to them that that things can bring them back?
You want to know what humanity evolved looks like? And I'm going to point at Percival. It looks like that. It looks like her, and I'm gonna point to Lizzie. It looks like them. Because that's what happens. No, fuck you, Gorlad. You've been around since before humans even started crawling. Don't try that shit with me.
I was human.
Humans are boring,
and they're always going to wonder what could happen. And yes, they do evolve. It's just not in the utopic way that you think that is. They turn into something
Stories.
different.
Where would you
And
get your Bram Stoker?
It's through strife and hardship that they grow.
Find myself agreeing with the demon. Sporty ink.
Listen,
Do you want to give them a world without sin? I take it they're gonna be sitting there with their fingers up their ass the whole time.
Oh, well, yeah, that is kind of what you do.
I want to give them a world where they're not prey, where they're not cattle, where they're not preyed upon by demons.
But fingers in the ass are okay. We're not kink shaming. No
We're
kink
not
shaming.
shaming.
Not at all.
You want the world where they're not prey. You just want them to be mindless cattle
Happy.
with nothing to do.
Break the
I
onyx
I want them
path.
to be safe.
You know, don't try to pull that ignorance is bliss shit on me, because that was a line that we peddled out on the daily.
When?
For eternity.
Oh, great. I forgot you're a demon.
Tell me, Mr. Coleman, are you angry not because of the mortals, but because this journey of yours ended in a way you weren't expecting? There is no grand finale, there is no grand answer, there is no way to stop the contagion. It's here. You're here to make a choice.
No. You know why? Because I did the shit that I wanted to do. I fell because the God machine was broken. And you know what I did with my friends? I fucking replaced it. Did exactly the shit I wanted to do. You want to know why I'm angry? I'm angry because your grand fucking plan is to make everything mediocre.
Oh, he said it. There it is.
One Etch-a-Sketch you are not going to shake.
Lizzie, are you still on my shoulder?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like.
Thank you.
Kristen, you grew up immortal.
Mostly.
Mostly, she says. Mostly.
Was it boring? Was it mediocre?
No. I never thought so. I mean, I liked growing up. I liked learning different things. I liked, making friends and figuring out things by myself and dreaming. Sure. I mean, there are stories of princesses and things like that and dragons, but just
Helped
because
you
those
ride
aren't
a
real doesn't
dragon.
mean we can't dream about them.
Now, Kristen,
I literally just helped you ride a dragon.
You did. But
My wolf taint still hurts.
not
Sorry.
everyone needs to ride a dragon.
here's the real question. How many of your friends were mortals? Do you know?
I guess I don't know for sure, but I would think most of them.
How many of your
people
friends
I grew up with.
Now, how many of your friends were what the fairies call kith? Replaced children at a young age and made life interesting with their whimsy and their mischief. How many of your friends could have been like Percival, waiting to change? How many of your friends could have been like nearly anybody here? How many of them factored into your life? You don't know, do you? And not only that, this thing, and I'll point at the inkwell, says that you were immortal and you're the great example of how it's totally fine, but you were never growing up the way that it says that things should be, because you always grew up with this purpose. You grew up with a purpose of the darkness, didn't you?
I grew up with the purpose to hopefully save mortals. I mean, my purpose is to bring you all here and make that choice. I mean, while that's different, I mean, I tried not to think about it too much growing up because that's like a scary thing to think about is one day you're probably gonna have to like sacrifice your life to try and save everyone else. But, I try not to think about that too much.
Oh yes, you just tried to put it out of your mind when you were playing hopscotch.
I mean, I did play hopscotch. It was fun.
You did.
Mhm.
Probably played it with a little mummy that Gorlab knew way back in the day.
But you said it yourself. The Fae kidnap children. Scary things happen, and it hurts mortals.
And the mortals.
Not everything is better.
We deserve to exist.
Listen, demon. I have been charged by Utu Naseret to protect mortals from those who would curse them.
And I'm gonna turn
the
on
only way
Gorlab.
for me to do that is in front of me. I can prevent anyone from cursing anyone ever again, and you're telling me not to do it?
I'm gonna turn on Gorlab, rip my hat off, and I'm going to shift in front of everybody. I'm growing about 7 times the size. The face is elongating, and the body just erupts into crackling electricity. One arm just bursts out into what looks like a fucking rivet gun that I slam into the ground in front of Gorlab as I kneel down in front of him.
I'm spending pillars.
And just, don't tell me about saving humanity when your idea of saving humanity is making them mindless puppets with zero purpose, zero growth, nothing but wandering around in an empty fucking field. Don't tell me that that's salvation. I'm telling you that salvation is the chance to let them do something more. You're saying that your idea of salvation is idleness.
What I'm telling you is it's their fucking field. It's their world to choose.
Then why are we here to make the choice?
Because we're in the world of darkness. We have
Because-
to end this chronicle on the
Because
Onyx path.
we are the Contagion. Because the God Machine abused angels. It abused mortals. And it turned you, and it caused you to fall. And it turned you what you are today. And you believe because of what happened to you, because of your struggles, you became a better person for it. Abuse does not beget abuse. They don't need to go through the same hardships in order to grow.
All right.
You can take the ink and you can rewrite the world again without the Contagion. You can bring back the darkness and reset it to the way it was before. But the cycle will continue. Whether in a chronicle, a world of darkness, a world of shadows in the urban, it'll be gone just as it goes the same way. Masquerades, silly clarity, the Fae, every which way in paradox. Doesn't matter. That night will still continue to fall. Every single time.
Well, sport, that sounds fun. Lizzie, Percival's going to walk into the room where the inkwell is and go towards the desk.
I materialize my spear made out of the sandstorm that emerges from me.
Oh my gosh. Are we gonna do some PvP? Because let's rock.
Humanity will choose their own path.
Then why are we doing it for them? Because if we
Us.
rewrite it without us, they ain't choosing shit.
We're not choosing shit right now.
I'm going to use Marionette on Gorlab.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna have to do then. Gorlob, roll your
Sechem?
yeah, you're gonna roll your Sechem versus the marionette and manipulation, see who wins.
Ooh.
What's
Percival's still walking.
yeah, what's Percival and Kristen doing? Where are you going, Percival? Are you just going?
I'm going towards the desk.
All right, no one's trying to
And
stop
I'm
you.
still on his shoulder.
I think
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what happens.
Explode, right?
Yeah,
Tens
10
Tens
is,
Tens explode.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what Percival
Oh,
does
no.
before anything happens.
Oh.
How close is Percival to the desk?
You're like right in front of you. You can easily get to the desk.
Okay.
What you doing there,
They-
pup?
Well.
Rude.
Barrel is
Absolutely
defense.
evil.
Well, static shock.
If you walk closer to that book, I will stop you.
Sounds like a threat, sport.
A world without Fomorians, without devils. We could make it happen.
Yeah, but then there'd be a world without Geists.
And again, you're making the choice for them, ain't you?
Versus you making the choice for them. You don't have the high ground.
Percival's going to use his big wolf hand and pick up the little quill.
I think
I'm
when
gonna
you pick up
stab
the
him with my
quill,
spear.
well, I was gonna say Kristen's gonna reach out and put her hand on Percival's.
Nope, spear.
Okay, we're not. Yep.
We're going. I don't even think. Let's not roll dive. We're just gonna go full narrative here because I just think it'll
Okay.
make things go faster. Percival, you're fucking strong as shit, but you
Mhm.
do feel pain as he stabs into you.
Right now, my strength is 10.
As he stabs into you, you know, it's the spear going straight through you, but you're still up. You're a Guru. You take a lot of damage.
Oh, fuck you, Tutmosis the Fourth.
It is Gorlob.
Gorlob, my
Don't call me
fucking
the mummy
ass.
on Maine.
The tether that's on Robert's back suddenly ratchets out. It just sounds like heavy metals, and just grabs Gorlob around the throat while both hands are still on the ground.
And I'm gonna put a call over myself and partially on Percival. Sorry I didn't do that sooner. I'm sorry.
Kristen, do you do anything? Two of them are on Gorlab. And then
You're all foolish. This is exactly what we're trying to stop. You all fight around mortals. There are normal mortals. I don't know why you think there aren't normal people here.
I haven't
They're
fought
not
anybody.
normal
If you
people.
can't see, I just got fucking
You
stabbed.
just got stabbed, which is unfortunate.
The spear.
I didn't
But
do
I
anything.
am tired. I'm tired of hearing you talk down about normal people. I don't think that you're so special that you're better than normal people. People still have their own free will.
Yes, they do.
I agree.
And they have the free will to experience a world without Babygate on it.
But
And
you
to
are the
grow
baby
from
gate.
it.
You're the one who puts the baby gate on them. You're the one who causes this.
Are we?
You all are so worried about yourselves and yourselves not existing. You don't even consider the people that get hurt along the way.
I never said
The lives
that.
that get ruined.
He's just writing, isn't he? He's just
You make
writing
me
as
s-
they're talking.
You make me sound like I'm one of the fucking Reapers. And Percival's just gonna.
What do you write, Percival?
The world shall continue. Give them their free will.
You stop
And he
there?
just- For a moment. Any thoughts, Lizzie?
And yeah, I'm just gonna. No more contagion. No more contagion.
You are the contagion.
Oh shit. Well, leave the
You're
world
part of the
darkness.
problem. We're all part of the problem.
Do you write no more contagion?
No, I haven't written that part yet. But you're the contagion too.
Oh,
You're an
shit.
agent.
Oh shit.
Storyteller, I would like to use an utterance.
Sure.
I will summon my chthonic beast.
Uh,
I feel like if anywhere in the world is suitable, it is this place.
Finish the
you
sentence. The world stays the same.
hey you hear the sound of a cruise ship Gorlob, as something breaks through the waters and universe around you.
Oh no.
A ship that echoes, broken apart at various pieces that seems to be haphazardly put together, manned by any sort of number of ghosts and beasts.
Is this a flying ship?
Yeah, but it's like it legitimately looks like a cruise liner.
Okay,
So,
but like not an ancient one, like a
No, like a modern one.
like a modern one.
is
Great.
this like what you would see near the shoreline?
Yes.
Oh Lord in heaven.
I'll look at it and go, huh.
Well, when you lose Leviathan, bring it to you, I guess.
I will give it its command now. Prevent anyone other than me from writing in that book.
Is this sentence finished?
The moment he says that, I'm going to tug at him with the tether, and I'm going to spend the ether I have to create the full electric jolt field to just bash and short everything nearby me.
Everything's getting fucked. Like, you are all divulging into the combat. It's a fight. I need to know two things.
Yes, I have a stamina of 10 as well. Oh, sorry, 9. Sorry, I'm kept at 9 because my second.
That's
9.
not what I was gonna ask. But first, Kristen, do you do anything?
I think Kristen is going to swing Excalibur at Percival. At the hand that's writing at the book and at the book.
If there's any way to get my call there.
First of all, I'm still gonna ask you the same question. You wrote down, "The world shall continue."
Mm-hmm.
You write a second sentence.
He did already.
Did you? What was it? Well, I asked if you wrote no more contagion.
He said
free will.
Free will.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you write a third sentence?
Yes.
What do you write?
Get rid of Kirsten, who started this.
Too bad her name is Kristen.
Oh, it's Kristen.
Oh no, we broke Nick.
I was muted. Go ahead and give me weaponry.
Ooh.
Kristen, plus your specialty, which is 1.
Okay.
And then your strength. And then you can go ahead and add,
I feel like the Contagion's gonna rename Kristen to, like, I don't know,
just starts erasing
Jackie.
shit.
Jackie?
No, I panicked.
Okay.
Cindy.
Just 2.
As you use Excalibur and you cut through Percival's hand, Percival, you managed to finish the last sentence, but it's strange. You messed up a bit. So what was your exact wording? Was get rid of the one who started this, Kristen?
Get rid of the one who started the contagion.
And you put Kristen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't get to, you don't get to. You don't get to finish.
He's grammatically correct. He's making sure.
Sorry, I'm waiting for this fighter jet to pass over me. This
That's fine.
So you don't get to write Kristen before your hand's severed from. And but you do get to write the one who started this. And as you finish that, the ink splashes onto the page and the book closes. And you hear a voice, "So be it." Gorlob, you feel like your job, for better or worse, is complete. You fade into salt and ink. For it was the Arisen who threw Contagion to heaven in the first place. Coleman, you stopped the Arisen from deciding fate, and you gave Percival enough time to write in the book. For better or worse, your job is complete.
I'll shift back from demon form into Robert again.
And as you do so, you fade into ones and zeros. Percival, you look at your stump of a hand. The fighting your people did hastened the stagnation and thus caused the contagion. For better or worse, your job is complete. You fade into fire and the smell of fresh tree twig.
What was that last part?
It smells of fresh tree twigs as you fade into fire.
Can I do a witty catch?
Yeah, of course.
Well, sport, I guess now you can see the forest through the trees. And just... I guess Lizzie would fall off of me.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna singe my butt and just tap right on my bum.
Lizzie doesn't ever hit the ground.
Oh.
You feel someone catch you. As you see Ash one more time. Time to go, Lizzie.
Did I do good?
I think so.
And I'm gonna be like, all right, Alejandro, let's get out of this place.
And you fade into grave dirt. Kirsten, you're all alone. Or Kristen, you're all alone. Your stigmata starts to leak. Not blood, but ink. And you start to slowly see the slip away. The last words you hear, and you can answer them if you want. Regardless of what happened, we helped make that decision.
I thought I wasn't supposed to, but this feels right.
Oh, Kristen. There never was a right or wrong. They were just a future, an outcome. And we cut to our final scene. As we see a beach. It's nighttime. The onyx path crumbles. A new world is born. A world of darkness goodbye. And a chronicle finished. Washed up on this beach are 5 people. We see Percival in his normal clothing. We see Gorlab looking like he did all those years ago back in Irem. We see Robert, but not as Robert, but the original human form he once took all those years ago. We see Lizzie without a familiar friend. And we see Kristen. Although she looks a little different the light from our eyes gone like someone who knew too much. And you wake up.
Well, that was... Huh.
Are my memories back?
I'm sorry I cut your hand, Percival.
Yeah, about that. That really hurt.
No,
I'm
I'm sorry.
Got
Bad.
better.
It's back, right?
yeah, yeah. This is my punching hand and other things.
You realize that the things that made you different, the things that made you above human, are gone from you. All that's left is you and this beach in a new world. Whether light or darkness, it's up to you to decide that. And so we close the Chronicle, and we end the Contagion Chronicle series. Goodbye to a world of darkness. Sorry for going over. Thank you for playing. You all were amazing. And really quick, so Devil's Luck can start our stream, please tell them where they can find you and where we can plug it and, what you got going on.
I'm Big Dad of Carrying Comfort Studios. Watch Carrying Comfort materials like Rage Across Birmingham and Interstitial War. Crack the Sky Alpha. Do it.
I am Joe, better known as Nola Fanger on Twitter, NOLA_Fanger, like Fangbanger from True Blood. I'm the storyteller from Montgomery by Night. We have a Twitch channel, River Region Studios, where the Chronicle is taking place. It is an Anarch-based Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition with a little bit of homebrew game in it. And thank you for having me here.
Hi, I'm Rachel Lindman, better known as Super Rat Lord. You can find me at that handle on Twitter. And I have just finished working with Simulacra Studios to make Blood Covenant, a V5 Sabbat story.
I'm Leslie Everett. You can find me on Twitter at Leslie Wombat. You can also see me on Carrying Comfort's Twitch channel for the Interstitial War and Crack the Sky Alpha. I also do a gaming podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming, and you can catch that wherever you listen to podcasts. We're also going to do a fun Star Wars episode. I don't have an answer for why that one's happening.
I am Zachary Vaudo, and the voice of God was Ellie Collins. You can find both of us on ATL by Night on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're in the middle of Season 4, coming up at the end of Season 4. That's twitch.tv/ATL by Night. You can also find me on levelup_TTV on Twitch. We're Vancouver adjacent by night on Saturdays. We'll actually be doing our season finale this Saturday. And you can also find me on Carrying Comfort Studios for Crack the Sky and whatever else Gehenna Gaming wants to pull me in on. And that's my Twitter handle down there.
Awesome. Really quick as I update the title for the game starting literally right after we're done. I was your host, Game Master, Stream Producer for Gehenna Gaming, Nick Francia. You can find me at Nobleman Nick. I also run a Friday show, Kingdom Hearts Interstitial War over at Carrying Comfort Studio. That was the end of the Contagion Chronicles. Thank you for everyone that participated, for everyone that we couldn't get in, for all the players that played all past these 5 different games, for my GMs, Mark, Ian, Rick, and Dan. You all were amazing. I love you all. Have a great
Love
night.
you.
And thank you for Onyx Path for making all these splats. An awesome system. You all have a good night. My name was Nick. And yeah, that was Contagion. Let's get out of here.